3, 2, 1. We're starting the recording. There's gotta be a bit of preamble and all that stuff.
It can be trimmed. We have the technology. We can
You
make
think
a better
I edit
recording.
these things?
$1 million recording.
No. I don't got no $1 million.
Just had to have that pre-campaign shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I wrote swag on my paper. Let me get a water bottle while he's
Oh, my
gone.
notebook. Oh my god, I forgot about my notebook. Okay, notebook, set. Energy
Grab
drink,
your
set.
notes.
1 second, I gotta chug.
You gotta chug.
For that #1 victory royale.
Are you
Oh
a
yeah,
pro
it's
Fortnite
kicking in.
gamer?
Huh?
You're a pro Fortnite gamer? Just saying.
I have never touched Fortnite in my life, and I will never touch it.
I have touched Fortnite. It is not as
Good. Please wash your hands.
I did.
Good.
I washed my hands with some good old-fashioned Minecraft after that shit.
Good. Oh my god, I felt like this art
I got a hair tattoo.
YouTuber, who's like, it does various, like, you know, fun little art videos and, like, character design stuff, and at one point Fortnite fucking sponsored them.
Real.
And it was such a weird experience, because they're like, they had this very soft voice, and they were like, but before we go on for the video, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, Fortnite. And I was like,
It's so real.
please stop. Like,
This
I need to check
episode is
something. I need to make
sponsored
sure I'm
by
giving the exact
Raid
number.
Shadow Legends.
for
Need
legal
to make sure
reasons,
I'm
that
getting
is
the
not
exact number
true.
here.
We're uploading this.
For
We
legal
can actually,
reasons, that's
considering
jokes.
that we're
Legal
uploading this, we
reasons,
can't
that's
actually
jokes.
say, like, if we are sponsored, we have to actively disclose that, like, we are sponsored.
We
Like,
aren't sponsored.
We are not
This
sponsored.
is big enough. I'm comfortable sharing it.
Yeah.
I'm 11 minutes away from Epic Games HQ. The Epic Games studio.
Oh, neat.
Oh wow.
That tells me nothing.
You're 11 minutes away from Fortnite.
Yeah. 11-minute drive.
Bro, you gotta get away.
I'm
That's
gonna
too close.
stomp up there and just have a sign like, put me in Fortnite. Put me in Fortnite.
just
One man riot.
Just starts Orange Justice dancing out in the
Yeah.
front. Number 1 victory royale. Yeah.
I got a
Fortnite,
bucket full of
yeah.
cement so I can prop up my sign. Just put me in Fortnite.
Just to get Tomato Town.
Ooh, my friend just got
My friend
down.
just got down. I revived him.
Now
Now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park Street. See, yeah. Look at the map. Go to the mark sheet. Take me, take me.
To night today. Something. I don't remember the rest of the
You
lyrics.
can go to Moisty Mire, not Loot Lake.
But not
really
Loot
want
Lake.
to
Chug
chug
with you. We can be pro
Pro
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Pro Fortnite. Broski. I don't know the rest. That's the extent of my knowledge. Sorry.
Actually,
Bro,
I
my
will
dice
be right
tower
back.
has become a permanent
I am back.
addition to
Ah,
my
shit.
desk.
God damn it.
Oh,
Willow, I'll be right
boy.
back.
Okay,
I
trying
don't
not
have
to
sandwiches.
trying not to get into arguments with stupid people about D&D.
Mr. Sing Along.
Ah, poor thing.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305.
Dude, like, what was it? Someone was like, "Oh, my DM, dude, it's crazy. We're fighting this ooze monster, and we're kind of kicking ass. And at the end of it, like little oozes started leaking out of it. We had to fight those as well. It was sick.
Little Uzis?
And someone responds, "Isn't that kind of cheating, though?" I was like, "What? Adjusting the encounter is cheating?
Bitch.
And the DM is cheating.
Fuck me! I might have killed my party 5 times over if I hadn't adjusted counters on the fly."
Like
Like,
7
so-
ghosts.
So is it? So it's okay. So it's cheating to make the boss stronger, but is it cheating to not make a TPK happen when you realize, oh, I fucked up. This guy is way too strong for these players.
If it's an error on your part, it's not cheating.
What isn't cheating?
And then again, if
My
we
love for
went
Taco Bell.
against, if there was like this big boss, right, and we literally take him out in one turn, I feel like that deserves some adjusting.
See, that's when you pretend you had a second phase ready from the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
All
what I did.
spirits Radon, baby.
That's
Just-
what I did. The
double
Bloodborne
H.
one shot.
Double
That's
HP.
with the fucking
Shit, they
Millennium
made it too fast.
Double
Blade
We
H.
had
of
a second
Nicola.
form, guys.
Guys.
Every
Yes.
FromSoft game ever.
Alright, but yeah, we're all here. Well, I mean, Not all of us.
Willow,
but...
do your job.
Yeah.
Get into the recap. Let's go.
Recap.
There's no jazz
wait,
in the
wait.
recap.
No jazz and Kirkias Farm.
He's got to set up the ambiance.
I do.
Yeah, and I gotta get out my notes.
The vibes need to be prepared.
I
I
played
played Scrabble with my family while the power was out.
Well, that's not D&D, so we don't care.
Oh, okay.
The less personal things you mention, the less work I have to do. Think of me, please.
I don't care if people know that.
It's like.
I live at
like,
35 Mariana
Oh
Way.
no, people know I have family. Yipes.
Where's my dice bag on the floor?
In any
oh
case.
no, I have a brother. People know shit. He's already dead.
My full legal name and social security card. Security number.
Now, I heard this comment get brought up last time. Yeah, I do follow your campaign notes. Fucking sue me.
And
It's much more
Not
fun.
I
bad.
literally said how it's not a bad thing, and I find it cute.
Bad, and you should feel
I
bad.
literally said that. Oh my god. Oh
Hey,
my god.
Everyone's got that one person in their party that takes really good notes.
It's
and everyone
me.
Can't help but rely on them.
In any case, are we all ready to begin?
Yes.
Oh.
Alright, so welcome
Let's
to
go.
tonight's episode of Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. This is the Diamond Head episode. We're going to be getting into it tonight. So, last
I
time...
don't like this one.
Oh, fuck you. Last time... Hey, way back to the town. I've already forgotten my
The
words.
town of
On your way back to the town of Brentwyn, taking Luciana's unconscious form over the back of Boris, you decided as a group to give her up to the guards. Whether you left her on the doorstep or delivered them to her to their hands, unclear, but we made our way over there. And you did see, amidst the gloom of the rising sun over the low-hanging fog, this kind of hunched over form which you did recognize to be a spirit of some capacity. And as you made your way down southward to where the guard's outpost was, you could it began to get clearer. You began to realize it was a Rawbones. Now, you get to the guard outpost, you knock on the door, you call for attention, there's nothing. And Adam, you turn around and you've seen this same Rawbone spirit not approaching you, stood there in the shade. As you wave awkwardly at it, it waved back, then vanished. I will say, whoever's got a video playing, you might want to fucking mute it, because I can hear it. In any case, at trying to gain this attention of whatever guards may be around, even though it is early morning, there was no answering. And as Yuveld and Sai went around to the left-hand side of the building and saw that the window was open, decided to hop right in and came into this office. Now you start looking around a little bit more cautious, nervous. There was no signs of like a struggle. It almost looked like it was recently abandoned. And you begin to realize that Luciana actually sacrificed a book of Aren's history. She was telling the truth. The people of history too.
But not the full truth.
On the outside, Oswald began to put the pieces together. Lack of the running water that were meant to stave off spirits, open doorways and windows here and there. And Oswald decided to try and beat the shit out of her with...
It was very ineffective.
It was, but the thought was there.
It's the sentiment that counts.
It's the thought that counts.
And at this, as you all converged outside upon her, Sai wanted to kill her, and was blocked by Adam. And she was still being cryptic in her answers to your questions, something about an apocalypse that she was trying to prevent. You couldn't tell if she was lying or telling the truth. As soon as it was made clear that you were going to kill her, she thunderstepped, and Adam went down, and she appeared to she took Oswald's firebolt to the shoulder as she appeared to access this kind of pulley device system which teleported to some unknown location. And Yuveld went to rush over to Adam, who was down, unconscious, about to roll death saves. And Sai stopped her.
Yeah, he did.
Shenanigans.
He did.
Yo.
Eventually, after that was...
Just a little prank.
Yeah, eventually after blaming was passed around and resolved, we tried to find places to take a long rest, somewhere to rest up and stay. And you all find your own separate rooms. Oswald made to dismantle Boris like he intended.
Yep. And everything was fine.
And to
Everything
Boris,
was
sorry, not to Boris, to Oswald, what he could remember, everything's as he left it.
I was tired.
And then Sai decided to, in his meditation, his meditative trance, couldn't help but think back to a mentor, a friend. Now Yuveld decided to sleep for the first time in a while and commune with the Keeper of the Depths, who granted her ancient First Era Undercommon dialect, and deigned to tell her that Casta Malpens, the person that was supposedly working with Luciana in terms of calculations, appears in someone's nightmares, dreams, their sleeping moments. And when Yuveld said, "Just know who," it responded with, "Some people lie." Now Adam
People would never lie to me.
Okay.
decided to head off to the blacksmiths and begin making Project One, we shall say. Yeah. And you made the interior mechanisms of it. It wasn't particularly hard for what you're trying to achieve. Now, is there any questions before we begin?
Nope.
I mean,
No.
no, not really.
Can we have the sound back, please?
So, so that being said,
That's a no.
we'll open up into Adam. I'm assuming at some point you do head back to.
He did head back in, I believe.
You did head back to the inn and you slept. Apologies, I got that wrong.
Fireplace.
Now,
I slept at the blacksmith.
Oh, really?
Adam did.
Thought you.
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Sorry.
All right, so you've all taken a long rest. Now, as you all awaken to about the 4 p.m. What would you all like to do?
Oh boy.
That's a good question.
What did you say, Adam? Sorry. Guy.
Yuveld is going to actually go around and approach each of our companions and
I used
say...
a tube of acrylic black paint as a fidget toy, and you can guess what happened.
Oh no. Anyways, yeah, Yuveld essentially is going to go around and is going to approach everyone and say, "I think we should, I don't know, have a bit of a meeting. We need to talk about all this shit." And she kind of points to the windows, to the empty streets of the town.
If you think that's best.
I just think that we should figure out our next course of action. Considering all that happened yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, today I'd say actually. Do you think the horses are still alive?
I wouldn't put money on it.
We could go check that. Yvette is actually going to kind of take Oswald aside and is going to say, Oswald, I have a bit of a question. And she looks him directly in the eyes and blinks and says, "You wouldn't lie to me about not knowing Castor Malfounce, would you?"
About what?
The guy Luciana mentioned.
I wasn't aware of this individual before she brought it up.
Insight check.
There's nothing to deceive.
Yvette narrows her eyes at you and says, Alright. I do actually want to roll an insight check on how well Yvette figures out that this is in fact the true. Where are all my d20s? What happened? There you are. Let's see. That is 10 plus whatever the fuck my insight thing is. Let me check. It is +1. That's an 11. DM.
See, Oswald. So, okay. There's nothing suspicious about what Oswald is saying. There's nothing sounding off in his voice, body language, or anything like that. Now, the 11 on the inside, he's not lying, to put it quite bluntly. But that doesn't rule him out.
Ooh,
You don't know me.
interessant.
Yeah, with that, okay, actually, does this tavern have any attached stables? Like, did we see any place where, like, animals could be kept? Because there's something I want to check.
You would have seen stables actually on your way into the town, because they're at the southern border of the town. A ways away from the guard's outpost, there is a stable. Which you would have either heard of or seen at some point in your stay in Brentwood.
Okay. Yvelle's gonna turn to Sai and say, "Hey, are you any good with animals?"
You could say that.
Oh, great. So, I have a theory that I need to test out, and that is, Luciana vaporized, or did something to the people of this entire town. And I don't entirely know, if, it affected the animals that resided here. And I'm not that good with animals, so I think we should go check on them. Because, if there's horses here, we get transport, at least.
Alright, I'll tag along with you. Then he kind of gives you a stink eye almost behind your back.
Okay. Question for Adam. What are you doing? You're not in the inn.
Yeah,
Where are you?
I guess this is convenient because I wouldn't know where to look, so could I just roll a something for Adam to try to figure out where to find a leatherworking thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll. Make an investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Can you?
I got that 11 or 17. That's a 17 plus 4.
Okay. So there are the various general stores and whatnot, but you do find tucked away. You didn't see this within the night, but tucked away behind the tanning rack are what would constitute as level working tools.
I'm just shit at them. Sick.
You're gonna what, sorry?
I'm just shit at using them.
Yes, you are not proficient with them.
Yeah. I'm assuming I don't have the rest of the supplies I need either.
For the levers, so you're trying to make the bag, correct? You're trying to modify the bag to fit the housing of the device on the inside.
Basically.
I will say you can make a tinker check using your dex at disadvantage.
With my dex.
You've planned it out. This is the fiddle work now.
Oh, okay. Dexterity with disadvantage?
Yeah, so dexterity check with disadvantage.
That is a 16 and a nat fucking 1.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So you sit there puzzling it over of how to fit best this the interior mechanism without tearing or splitting the bag at the seams and
Yep. That's
trying
what
to figure out what you're trying to achieve here. You've got the theory down. The actual practice of it, it's going to take you a little bit longer. And you do still want to make your ammunition for it, don't you?
I suppose.
Yeah. So if you would like, you can spend the next hour and a half here fashioning a rudimentary chain net. Should you wish.
I think I do wish. I just
You
roll
just
our good
essentially, you would spend the next hour and a half.
Alright. My homies will find me, I'll find them, it's whatever.
Okay. Right. So Yveld and Sai are going to the stables. Oswald, is there anything you want to do?
Oswald will simply accompany them to the stables.
Got you. Okay.
Actually, he'll go looking for Adam, considering he just fucking up and disappeared.
It won't take you.
Where's
okay.
my boy?
So it doesn't take you long to find him because you do hear some of the only sound in this town that is not wildlife is the sounds of Adam's workshop, essentially. But we'll cut to that in just a second. Yvel and Sai, you make your way down to the southern border of the town.
While we are going
Yes?
there, on our way there, Yveld kind of like is acting super awkward because of the whole thing. Well, technically, today, but before our whole long rest. But eventually, she is gonna like walk beside Sai and say, Sai, so I do have just a little question to ask you. Obviously if the answer is yes for this, but then like I'm not going to tell anyone else. But you don't happen to actually know who this caster guy Luciana mentioned is, and purposefully obscured the information for whatever reason?
Well, I know that my words are probably of little meaning. Of course, I could always be lying about stuff, but as far as I can say without... I have no proof of telling you I'm truthful or not, but no, I don't know anything.
Sai is a snot-nosed little shit today, huh?
You really
Insight check!
For good reason!
No. I know. I'm just fucking
No,
with
it's
good
fine.
reason.
you. I'm just fucking with you, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that, Yvel, do you want to do anything, or just
I would
take
like
it?
to insight check that.
Sure.
Yveld is...
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is a 13 plus 1, 14 in total.
For all that there is tension and friction here, he's telling the truth.
Eva kind of stops in her tracks and goes, wait. But if Cosima brought it up, that can't be her, and it's not me, because I would know if I knew him. It's not Oswald, probably, and it's not you, then... Adam wouldn't... She kind of looks at Sai and says, Adam wouldn't lie about this, would he?
We don't know any of these people. We just met them yesterday.
I don't know, he seems kind of... He kind of seemed trustworthy to me.
He's been quiet. I don't know if I necessarily trust him, but then again, I don't know if I necessarily trust anyone in this group, considering the actions they've had.
Oh, you're one to talk.
Mm-hmm. Sure I am.
Yes, yes you are. Because you literally, I was going to heal him. I have magic that can do that. Well, admittedly not to the extent that you can, but still. And you just decided to step in my way. He could have died.
He looked like a tough guy. He kind of just shrugs his shoulders. He's like, he looked tough.
Does Adam look tough to you, Veld?
Oh. I can
You'll-
confidently say
He's
that.
a
No.
wiry, scrawny little fuck. I don't know.
Yvel just gives you this absolutely perplexed and frustrated look as she says, he really isn't.
Well, I saved him, didn't I?
Yes, you did. But
Then
look, I
Next
know
session,
you're...
I expect a YouTuber apology from Sai. made a severe and utter lapse in my judgment.
Guys,
Yeah, the
we gotta
sigh
talk.
necessary.
Look, I know you're probably still upset about the whole Luciana thing.
You think?
I assume that's the case.
Yes, it's the case.
Oh, okay. But look, I panicked, okay? I don't really do well in high stress situations, and it's been a long day, and yeah, maybe we should have killed her a bit sooner. Maybe we should have.
We were all a bit perrooted about by her attitude. Didn't know who we were dealing with, but the moment that anybody kills another of an innocent life, they deserve to be put down.
I mean, look, I've said this before.
Especially, especially if it's of one's own self-gain.
Well, I don't think murder should be just
You know
done
what?
willy-nilly.
You answer me a question now. Do you think it's right for someone to kill another of innocence? How many children do you think were in this town? Give a wild guess.
Let's see. Well, it's maybe what 1,000 people, maybe a bit less, but depending on their procreation levels. Shit, that's a lot of children. Maybe.
There were a lot of people in that town that she just sacrificed. I was simply trying to at least stunt her from doing any further damage.
By what? By trying to kill her?
It may not have stopped her, but it would have at least been an obstacle for her at the very least, wouldn't you think?
You don't know that. Neither do I.
No,
And
but
yes,
I
I
do
was
know
hoping
one
on getting
thing
information
with
from her.
these things.
Because we know
Well,
nothing.
of course we
What
know nothing.
apocalypse was she talking
I
about?
don't know anything about what's going on or anything that's been happening these past couple of days. The only thing I do understand is that that woman needed to die. And we may not have foresaw what she did, but the delaying of her death was not a very wise idea from any of us. In fact, I think we all owe Cosima an apology for stopping her the first time.
I mean, do we though?
Yeah, we
Hmm.
do.
Ew, that's not
Are
look
we
convinced. Yeah.
near the stables now?
I was waiting for the conversation to finish before I described anything. So, at the southern border of the town, after this conversation happens and you tread into kind of a semi-awkward silence, you see this kind of modest establishment that looks certainly profitable for what was once its owner. Kind of low cobbled half walls with oaken barriers hammered in place and make the walls and foundations of the stalls. The ceiling itself appears to be made out of like what looks to be thatch and hide, and you see a couple of kayaks strapped and lashed to the roof itself. You do see attached to the stalls, there's this elevated foundation upon the outside, which you assume to be is for the emergency floater that the town sometimes goes through, so that horses can exit and be a solid about 3 meters above ground. And away to the side of the stables is this kind of smaller homestead. The house itself is one floor. It is kind of the archetypical wood thatched stone of many typical farmland houses amidst Krigismar. And you do see two rather pristine wagons next to the stalls themselves. The horses are, you do hear the sounds of them from within the stalls. If you would like to go inside.
Sai is going to head straight to the horses to check on them, see if they've been like fed and if they have
Sure.
any food lying around. He's just gonna do some basic upkeep on the horses where the owner left
Absolutely.
off.
So you go around slipping feed bags over the heads, making sure the water troughs are still full. And amidst here, you do see these kind of three chestnut brown horses, these two dappled grey brindle horses, a singular black stallion, and a donkey.
Huh. So I guess it didn't affect the horses.
Well, she did say that Omnigul was consumer of the flesh, did she not? Something
Reynolds
about
awkwardly
flesh holding
pats a
knowledge.
nearby horse on the neck very gently. This is flesh.
Yes, but from what she was saying, Omnigul likes flesh that holds knowledge. Who holds more, a person or an animal?
I mean, yeah, you do have a point. But hey, we technically have transit if we ever need to, get out of here at a quicker pace. That's something. Silver lining
Yes.
of sorts.
Indeed.
I will say, the wagons outside themselves, now that you are closer, while they both look somewhat pristine, one of them is missing a wheel. But both look to fit about 8 people, including 2 in the driver's bench each, um, including belongings, that is. So it's not as if you're going to store several barrels of ale along with all of you in a wagon.
Would they
Right.
fit
Would
all
you
of us
like
in
to check out?
Boris?
Yeah, would you like to check out the house or no?
There's a house attached?
There's the homestead to the
Yeah,
side of the stables
but-
itself.
Yeah, you know what? Yavelda's
No.
gonna go there actually.
Saya's gonna chill with the horses.
Gotcha. All right. So you make your way to the homestead, and it doesn't have a lock. It is in a town such as this, kind of rural. Why are you gonna mess with the one person that provides transport to everyone? And push open the door, and it swings open with a kind of faint creak, and candle wicks burnt low. The majority of which are just completely out. Scattered belongings over the tables and chairs and whatnot. It looks fairly lived in, and you see several rooms. Would you like to look around the house for belongings or anything, or what are you looking for here?
Anything that really stands out, and also books.
Make an investigation check, please.
Yeah, I'm good at those. That is a 13 plus 6. That is a 19 in total.
Wonderful. So, as you explore the remains of what was someone's home, you come to understand through various sheafs of parchment and book and journals and documents that a man called Razan Druxis owned this place, but he did have an assistant called it's odd. There is a first name, but it's kind of hard to place. So you realize it's not in common, and that's why I just took you off for a second. It's an Orcish,
Oh,
which is Larix Briggs. Bit of an odd name.
Larix Briggs.
Yeah, a bit of an odd name for orc, and then you come to see that Larix Briggs is apparently a human, like a teenager. Implies some kind of relationship here more than just assistant and owner. But you keep looking around, you eventually come to realize, like, while Razan appears to be this kind of jovial figure within the town, Landon's a little bit more. Larix is a little bit more sketchy. And you eventually find that a single hidden note underneath a floorboard in what you assume is Larix's room, sheafing through it, and it owes some kind of a debt to a woman called Ari Morn, appears to be a member of a group called the Silver Hand. But with a 19 on investigation, pace your way back and forth across the house. There's no books of note, really. They're all kind of just inventory keeping. You look and then you realize the fireplace is a little bit off. In a place such as this, fire should have absolutely been on. Doesn't look as if it's ever been lit. You kneel down, kind of crane your head in, and look up at the chimney. You see there's this blocking. Reach up and you to shingle it down. Hear wood scrape along the stone. So you bring out this kind of small chest, about the size, about the length of your forearm. Just have a lock on it. What would you like to do?
How, how old does this chest look? Like, how rusted is the lock? Could I, by any chance, break it off, like, by just...
Oh, it does not look rusted.
Okay.
It looks well cared for.
Yeah. Yvelda is gonna stand
The
there.
chest itself is wood. It doesn't look like a particularly high quality. Maybe you could take a chair leg and stamp through it or something.
Yvelda's gonna take one of her daggers, not her ceremonial one, and she's essentially going to try and pry the wood on the lid, essentially get to the contents.
Okay. Someone remind me, thieves' tools. Is it just a dex check or is it sleight of hand?
It's specifically sleight of hand, I believe.
Okay, so with a dagger, it would be sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Oh boy. Let's try this. Yay. That is a 14 plus 1, so 15, and other roll is 8 plus 1, so that's a 9 in total.
Shimmy it. It's not pleasure.
Okay. Yvelda is
As
gonna
you
think.
pick it up and move it around, do you hear a coin on the inside?
Yvelda is gonna take the chest, and she is gonna actually return to the stables where Psy, I assume, is still chilling. And she's gonna be like, "Hey, so how ethical do you think is it to, considering all these people are now probably dead by the looks of it, how ethical do you think is it to take their stuff, especially if it's, we could put it to good use?"
I was actually gonna go visit the blacksmith myself, see if I could find any weapons for us to use.
Oh, neat. Look what I got. And she shows him the chest. And she kind of rattles it a bit to show that it's got stuff inside. I found in the chimney.
Does the stuff inside sound fragile?
Sounds like coin.
Oh, it's like, She's like, he's like, do you want me to try and open it?
Yes, please. And she hands him.
Sai's gonna take it, and he's gonna try and smash it on the ground to see if he can just break it open.
Okay. So, you... Alright, make an athletics check.
Alright.
I will say this just for you, DC is high.
That's fine.
Just for you, buddy.
Just for me, buddy.
You're
I got
our
a
special
12.
guy.
Flat 12.
So, you slam the chest into the ground. As you... Now, your passive insights of a 14 it hits the ground. You had the right idea with if you didn't want to hit the lock, force would be needed. You go to pick it up. Lock eye contact with just one of the horse's hooves.
So I'm gonna place it under I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna place it under their hooves and I'm gonna see if I can get the horse to stomp it for me. I'm like, hey buddy.
Yeah, sure. Animal handling.
Alright, good. That's something I can do. Alright, let's see what we get for this one.
To be a natural one.
14.
Nice.
A little bit of resistance here because you are an unfamiliar person in this horse's space, but you manage to get the black stallion itself to just back up slightly, the point where the right hoof goes straight through the chest and immediately like jerks up and goes trotting off to the other side of the stables, giving you the kind of affronted look. And if you could speak horse, good chance it's shit talking you. But looking inside,
Yvald is also gonna
You
approach
find-
the remainder of the chest as well.
absolutely. Looking inside, appears to be numerous stacks of gold and silver coins.
Split it with the group or split it between us?
I am going to make a personal roll for Yvald, oh boy.
If you were to count, it would be 175 gold and 65 silver.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Definitely share it with the group, right?
Yeah, that's more than enough. I think we should share it.
Yeah. Let's see. How much gold is it?
175 gold,
175.
I'll put it in the I'll put it in the campaign
Yeah.
PC chat. Don't worry.
Yeah. Hold up. So I was gonna do some very slow maths.
Yvald does slightly faster math.
So while that is happening, we're gonna cut over to
Man,
Oswald
do
and Adam. Oswald, it doesn't take you long to find Adam in the blacksmith's, on the outer portion of the blacksmith's itself, working away at the bellows, puzzling over. Appears to be some kind of a
Adam?
chain net.
no response.
I go over. Adam.
Hmm.
What are you working on?
He gets up from the stuff that he's working on. And he flips to a page in a notebook. And you see this sketch. There's a bag, this Luciana's bag that he nicked from her. And in it there's like a big canister and there's piping in this tube. And text top left it says, fuck, what was the name I thought of it? Ugh. Component cannon.
What? Can Oswald intuit what this is an attempt to make?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh boy. That is a 19.
Ooh.
If you'd like to describe to your best ability of what it would do.
TLDR, it's an air cannon. And basically there's like, it's meant to be like, basically a t-shirt cannon, but it's fastened in a bag so you can like have it slung over his shoulder and have this thing. And it can shoot out shit like nets or what other things you may want to put in it. And it's air powered, so it's not like a bullet or anything, it's just kind of like, boop, and lob stuff.
Fascinating. Where did you think to make this?
Well, we got Luciana's bag, for one. And the fact that she got away and it would be convenient to, like, you know, ensnare people. Among other things.
That's impressive. Ingenuity.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about leatherworking?
It is one of my jack of all trades skills.
Ooh. You didn't say that. Okay.
Ooh, big impressive artificer. Ooh.
Oh my god. Yeah, he
Oh my god.
flips through his notebook again. And there's like attempts at like cloth work. Like he doesn't really understand it. Just like if you squint you can tell that he's trying to like fasten all this stuff into the bag, but he doesn't really know how to go about that. And he dumps off the fucking leather tools that he also grabbed. Just watches you.
Could you perhaps create a diagram of sorts, some specifications to aid me in this? I assume you do want my help.
He grabs Luciana's bag and puts it on top of the shitty diagram he already has. And just kind of shrugs.
Do I need to roll another intelligence check?
I would say, what's your passive insight, Oswald?
Oh, it's not very high.
Nave. I
Uh,
would say you need to roll an intelligence check. Push you a bit, and while your old think tank was full of well thought out ideas and calculated plots and points of interest and various diagrams and schematics, Adam's, put it quite frankly, chicken scratch is a little bit baffling to you at first, before you eventually begin to grasp it, and it takes you, it doesn't take you long
In your
before you
own
realize.
words, like that of a cultist.
Well,
not
it
using
isn't-
Cornell notes.
it doesn't
Gasp.
take you. It doesn't take you long before you begin to notice that you're hunched over, shoulder to shoulder with Adam, just staring at the notebook, trying to piece together in your mind, and you begin to grasp the shape of it.
Well, give me the materials and we can get started, I suppose.
I guess we will.
Do you have materials?
I don't think for the leather components. I do have a bunch of belts and stuff. I don't know if that's to shape in the fire. What I need here.
Perhaps when we have more access to
Give me a
raw
second.
materials. Oh boy, a single second.
I got a flash flood
One.
warning.
Ooh.
Oh no, not a flash flood warning, a tropical storm warning.
Oh no.
That's
not
easy.
better. Or, well, I guess that is better.
That's fine.
This is
I
fine.
prefer tropical squids. I prefer
Yeah,
tropical
no, but-
storms over flash floods.
I think like flash floods are a part of tropical storms as a hurricane. My good boy.
I mean, yeah, they are. But they're not as bad as a hurricane.
Yeah, you
It
need to get your
is.
facts straight.
Is it though?
I'm googling this shit.
Have you never have y'all never eaten a taco at a taco stand in the middle of a tropical storm?
No.
No.
Your
That's
experiences are not universal.
Best tacos that you'll ever eat.
Hurricanes
in your
are
life.
a type of tropical storm.
I did
They
eat
are
a
a
hot
kind of
dog
tropical
in the
storm.
middle of God knows where. In the middle of a blizzard. Does that count?
I mean, I guess natural disasters and all that.
We're waiting on
I
something,
guess.
right? I forgot.
Yeah, we're waiting on Willow.
Yeah, okay.
Willow just needed a second.
It's been more than that.
So
Very good
wait,
segue.
Adam, are you at the blacksmith right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Same with
'cause-
Oswald. Did
'cause
Boris come?
Sai is already
Boris
planning
always
on...
follows.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
follows.
Boris,
follows.
yes.
Okay, apologies. What are you trying to do? Sorry.
Uh,
The work the
materials. Leather materials we need.
Yeah, you'll find those. Are you wanting to try and fashion the bag now?
Hell yeah. Are you roll?
Yeah,
Could we roll
together? you can. So it will be a Tinker's Tools with your
Teamwork.
Dex modifier. So make a dexterity check essentially.
Okay. I'm proficient with that, right?
Did you want me to
Yes.
roll that too?
Yes, you would. As well.
And what am I
as well.
rolling with?
Do I roll
Normal.
with my proficiency added? Because it's
Yes.
Tinker's Tools?
Diversity
Cool.
added
Plus 6.
plus your Dex.
Okay.
Ooh!
Dex plus-
I got a total of 23.
Ooh. Good roll.
Okay.
Got a net one again.
Oh,
This leather
no.
One
shit is not
second.
working for him.
1 second. Let me
Poor
Hold
little
on.
Adam.
see if you manage it. Okay. Apologies for any background noise. All right. It's gonna take you guys approximately 2. 1 second.
All these seconds, man.
It is what it is.
These seconds be going by.
So it's gonna take you guys approximately another hour and a half to 2 hours to fashion this, because Adam is not the most experienced with level work.
Let's
And
turn to an
Oswald, while
impromptu, like,
while
tutoring
you are
session.
having good luck here, you're an engineer. It's gonna take you guys a bit. Honestly, you're pretty lucky that you're able to do it in this time frame.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Okay. Is there anything you want to talk about while you're doing it, or are you just focusing on your work?
I think Oswald would just focus on the work at this point.
I imagine I was like trying to explain shit. I'm trying to teach him, and he's just like not understanding any of it. That one.
Might end up just doing it for you.
Hold the flashlight. Hold the flashlight.
Hold the flashlight.
Wrong angle.
Okay.
I need the light, Adam.
You're standing
Where's
in the way of
Cosima
the light.
right
He's a
now?
fucking candle wick.
Where's Cosima chilling? Uh-oh.
Nobody wants to answer the question.
The
Nobody
mental
wants-
fortitude it took to not say your mom's house.
Your mom's house. No!
No.
Come over to the blacksmith with the nerds. So,
We're waiting for Willow to switch to our turn so we can go over with a bunch of horses. Or a wagon, depending, but we gotta
It's
find
gonna
a
look
wheel.
over more
Roll
houses, guys. I have actually one more place that I do want to visit for a very dumb reason.
oh god.
So I was just gonna try and find a weapon shop. Whether that be the blacksmith
need a
itself
weapon.
or just an actual shop, but he really, well, after taking the cold, of course, but
Sai
I'm gonna
chooses
wait for-
violence.
Sai chooses.
violent
Sai is a
little
bit of an
lad.
Occam's razor. Well, we'll say that Sai is an Occam's razor kind of guy. How to
I
stop that
wouldn't.
guy?
I don't think that tracks, but anyway.
yes.
Murder.
Murder.
Ah, yes, murder.
I was a little too emotional for that, but whatever you want to say, man.
He is being
Is
a
it-
kind of moody baby right now.
He's like the equivalent of 19 to 20, so he's like still extremely immature. He's not exactly an
He's a
experienced
real
fighter.
emotional guy.
Really? You know
High
us
highs, low lows,
20-year-olds,
etc.
etc. Fucking 19-year-olds, man. He just
Ugh.
ain't there.
Fucking kids.
Fucking
Fucking
teens.
child.
Hey guys.
Is Sai the mentally youngest? Because how old is like Yveld and all them?
Yvel's 23, I think.
Yveld's 23.
Yeah, Yvel's 23. Oswald's
Uh,
like the oldest, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
How old is Oswald?
Like
30.
Oswald's 30.
He's 33.
Oswald's 33. How old's Adam?
I thought he was
Like
way older. for
early
some
mid
reason.
20s.
Early mid 20s. So Sai is probably the mentally youngest one of the group. Yeah, he's the party child.
Depends on how,
He's the
how
child
old
at the
Cosima
party.
is.
We don't know that, but I don't think I think Cosima is somewhere between like 20 and 30. I would assume. Got a bunch of
Am I the
a
oldest
bunch-
person here?
think
yeah,
you are.
easily.
You're an
I
old
think
man.
that was
Mentally.
obvious. But yeah,
Grandpa.
Shut the fuck.
I did think like that Oswald was like, I don't know, in his 40s or something.
he's 33. That's not in his 40s.
I know that. I
Oswald
know that
rolled to not
now.
have a heart
He's
attack.
just an adult man.
Heart failure.
Oswald invents the pacemaker. Insane. This is the lore we needed.
Oswald's gonna fucking need it with all the shit you're doing to him.
Yeah, the fucking party's gonna give him heart problems.
I just wanted to go on adventures.
Oh, sucks to suck. You're stuck with this shit now.
D&D heart attack.
Awesome retreat to get away from your kid. Now you're helping someone else with homework. No escape. It just comes with age.
Oh my god, fucking true though. It's literally happened. I'm babysitting you fuckers.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just leave. I was just
Really?
leave. Like, I'm sick of this shit. This is
Actually?
exactly what I was getting away from.
Yvel is
Goodbye.
not getting babysat by
Hey,
anyone.
Oswald loves his children. He would never actively desire I gotta get fucking away from them. It's like no.
It's just like, so Oswald, how's it feel taking care of a bunch of young adventurers?
Oh my god, this Boris has like fucking like babysit mode.
Babysit mode on, make sure no one leaves.
No
We're
one
just like,
escapes.
hey, you can't do this to us, so we gotta walk away, and Boris just like knocks you down. into the circle
Yeah, he
that
just like
he's
picks you up by
drawn.
like the scruff of your neck and just like puts you in like a determined location.
I mean,
Ugh.
eventually there will be nanny models of that type of automaton. If
That's
if
pretty
Oswald doesn't
interesting.
fucking die.
You just design it after us too. Like, I just imagine us going on these wild fucking adventures, and Oswald just learning these are a bunch of fucking children right here. I need to like
He just makes a
protect
robot of
them.
him and so like you go do this shit for me.
And
Oh,
that's where he
dude,
like
so much.
invents a nanny mode for Boris. Like he like creates Boris
Out of
nanny
necessity.
mode. And you know what the funny thing is? I feel like it would really work because we all fucking love Boris. We're like,
Yeah,
Boris, what you want? Oh, you
Honestly,
want it?
if like
It's
I
like,
don't know,
oh,
if
you
Yvel
want
was
us
trying to
stay
get
here?
somewhere
Okay.
and Boris like stood in the doorway and just looked at her, Yvel would just go, "Oh, you know what? We are gonna stay here, Boris. You're right."
Oh yeah, you're right, Boris. You're
I will.
I realize
you're
he's
obviously
not
the
gonna talk
most
to him.
sentient.
There's a speaker in Boris to talk for him.
Right,
will.
I'm back.
Hey.
All right.
Hi.
Moment.
And there they go. Oh, they're back.
In any case, all right. So, Oswald, Adam, working on the bag. Beld and Sai, what do you two want to do?
Well, first off, Saya's gonna take his portion of the gold since I'm broke as fuck. So he's gonna take 35 gold pieces
4.
and how many
I
silver
wrote it
pieces?
down. I wrote it down in campaign VC chat for you.
13 and 13 silver pieces. So that's the first
wow.
thing I'm doing.
Uh,
So 35 gold.
Yvelde also takes her share and like puts it in her coin purse, and I'm assuming that at this point, Yvelde notices the 12 extra gold you mentioned, Willow. And you
Yeah.
kind of just see Yvelde stop, with a frown forming on her face as she rummages, and then like
You can take it.
takes off her coin purse from her belt and like starts like counting over the coins. And like she just stands there for a second, like replaying events in her head. Does Yvelle realize where they might have come from? Considering we haven't really interacted with anyone.
No, you absolutely would. Got a decent memory, so it doesn't take you long to think back to the one moment where someone could have slipped something into your pockets that you weren't aware of.
Oh no, now I feel bad. She takes out this, like, these 12 gold and turns to Sai and says, "So, hey, you remember that Lockwood guy?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and she shows the 12 gold. Apparently he slipped me something.
Yeah, you withhold the death of his wife from him.
No, I mean the money. He slipped in
Oh.
me the money.
Oh. Well, that was nice of him. And now Saya's gonna go off and go look for the wheel to the wagon.
Yvelde is gonna take out 4 gold and catch up to Sai and hand him the 4 gold. It's like, I think he meant for it to be split. It's only fair.
Thank you. And he like slowly takes it from your hand. Slowly, like gently.
You know, patiently just stands there with her hand out while you're doing that.
And then Saya's gonna go off and look for the wheel to this wagon.
Well, you do already have one wagon that's fully operational. The other one is
Oh.
just missing a wheel.
This
Oh,
wagon
so
is
there were
full
two
of information.
wagons. Okay. Well, in that case, Sai, seeing the good and perfectly functional wagon, is going to look for the. Apart from the black stallion who he pissed off, because he already knew that he probably pissed off that horse. So he's gonna find some healthy horses. He's gonna get how many horses does this wagon need? I'd assume two, right?
Just needs to.
Okay, and then he's gonna grab two and healthy horses and going to bring them over and start to do what is necessary to kind of get the wagon up and running.
Let's say make an animal handling check.
Okay. Hopefully this one's better. Natural 20!
Nice!
Yeah!
These horses are gonna fucking love us!
26!
So
Obey me,
take
horse.
the two grey brindles, both appear to be female, and you manage to I forget the fucking terminology, but rein them up, shall we say, to the wagon itself with relative ease. They appear to be kind of much more calmer horses
He
than
handles them.
the pissy bitch black
He handles
stallion.
those animals.
He's not pissy, he just doesn't know me yet.
Yes.
But in any case, that leaves you, aside from those two that are saddled up to the wagon, if you wish to take other horses, you have the free chestnut browns to work with, the donkey, and the stallion.
Yaveld, anything we can do with those over there? And he gestures to the remaining horses.
I mean, do we need them? How much stuff are we gonna, like, take, realistically speaking?
I mean,
Like,
I
you
have no
mentioned
idea.
weapons, right? I
Well,
don't really
I just-
use much, so...
He's like, well, I just wanted a short sword if they had one.
Hmm,
Been meaning to
they might.
get one. Other than that, I was gonna leave my sickle in its place. I don't really. And he kind of like takes out his sickle, and he's like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like this weapon.
I mean, why leave it here? I mean, we can just, get to another town, sell it.
Yeah, respect for the dead and all that. After
Gil
what?
just
After
stares him down.
and
And then, like,
he's
casually palms the coin purse where she has put her 35 gold and 13 silver.
it's an equal exchange.
These
He's
not
gonna-
the laws of
Justification.
equivalence.
He's gonna lean forward. He's like, we have no need for the gold,
They
but
also have
we
no
don't
need
need-
for the sickle.
we don't know who we may be pissing off in the afterlife after the shit we've seen. Big old tree branch fell outside. I don't need one of these weird apparitions following me around because I took their special short sword that they really liked.
We also took their horses. And the wagon.
I also
And their
fed their
money.
horses and took care of them, and they don't need the money anymore. I don't see how money could hold sentimental value to a spirit. Don't
Yeah,
question me.
maybe.
Get in the wagon. Well,
I will eventually.
we're going.
And you just see Yvelle's lights light up as if she remembered something. It's like, I do need to check something out, actually. And Yvelle is gonna go, DM.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm
It's
here.
okay, it's okay. Back in the pre-campaign session, it was mentioned by the barkeep of the tavern of the Nag's Head that the other place where we could like stay had tea.
Yes.
Would you both know which place they were talking about?
God. Bro. Hold on here. They were talking about Firelight Drift.
Oh, okay.
If you wanna go back in there.
You know what? Yvel wants some fucking tea.
Treat yourself.
So yeah, Yvel is gonna make her way to the Firelight Drift.
And
So-
Sai will be taking the wagon and running it. He's gonna go to the blacksmiths with the wagon Get in, losers.
Nerds.
So, well, find your way over to Twilight Drift, and the door is same way as it was when the poltergeist crashed through, completely ajar, kind of slightly off the top hinge. There's no. You were down here last night. There's no storage room on the lower levels. You assume maybe there's one upstairs.
While
And-
Yvonne makes her way through, she is gonna like kind of look around for anything of interest, and before she heads to like where the storage room might be, she is gonna sneak a look into Luciana's room and into the hole as well.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Toppled off. Oh god. Okay, that is a 15 plus. Uh, 6, so that's 21.
Gotcha. You understand, you gotta take the steps, and by the third step, your foot kind of comes down awkwardly, and you look, and it's completely caved in the center. Several others are like that. Watch, there's various dents in the walls, and shattered, smashed paintings and whatnot. You keep making your way up the stairs, you take the left to Luciana's room. Or once was her room. And looking in, and the room is in disarray. Everything looks as if it's been hit with a hurricane that you were used to seeing on the coastline of Commering. But amidst it all, there's this kind of storm's eye center, a half circle around where the hole in the wall is. Completely barren of anything. Nothing's been touched, nothing's been moved, nothing's been disturbed. And inside where the body is, it's odd because a skeleton's limbs should obey gravity. Nonetheless, this one body of Annabelle looks as if it's hugging something, a person that's not there.
Spooky.
And with your investigation roll of a 21, you weren't paying too much mind to it in the night that it had happened. But now that you think back on it, while the poltergeist was raging and screaming and throwing itself around the Firelight Drift as you were in the backyard, essentially, you now assume maybe one of those screams, I know it's just been rage, maybe anguish was an emotion at play here. Do you leave the room?
Yvonne takes one more cursory look around Luciana's room just to make sure we didn't miss anything, and yes, she does head out after that.
So, in the storage room, which is off down the right, you do find various small crates of tea, about the size of maybe two of your palms put together, of various flavors. You could probably carry, without it being too cumbersome, maybe 4, which could last you about a good 3 months.
Yvonne's gonna take like just like not to take up too much space. She is gonna take like a month's worth of tea, maybe. Don't know how much that would be in amounts of crates.
That's essentially just be one.
Okay,
one
yeah,
crate.
Yvonne
It's
take
not
one
particularly
crate of
large.
tea.
What languages do you read?
Okay. I read, let's see. I read Common, Orc, Primordial, Elf, and now I also understand Archaic Undercommon.
Okay. You don't understand what language is scrolled on this.
I'll kind of mutters to herself, this better not be hallucinogenic, and takes it with her, and makes her way out of the Farladin, because this place gives her the creeps.
Yeah.
And, considering that, I believe Sai mentioned that he was going to go to the smithy for look for weapons, Yvette is going to head to the smithy as well.
Gotcha.
Go Schmiedy.
Schmeedy. So, Oswald, Adam, you guys are hard in the midst of your work when you hear the rolling sounds of a wheels on cobblestone and dirt.
I think that might be the others. They did say they were going to the stables. I'll go out to meet the wagon.
I mean, I want to clarify. You're in the outside, like, forge area. So,
So we see him.
you just, yeah,
oh.
you would essentially just turn around and see him.
I'll walk over.
How close is our thing to being done? Like, we still have like an hour or two, right?
So, at like 45 minutes to an hour, yeah.
Would we be able to finish it in the wagon?
No.
Oh.
You need stable ground for the rolls you guys made.
Yeah, that's fair.
Aw, but I have big brain. Anyway, I see you've found a wagon.
Yes, I did.
Don't suppose it has provisions in it.
I didn't check.
Should probably look at grabbing some food. The
Did you
general
guys,
store.
do you guys see any, weapons lying around? Perhaps a short sword?
There's a lot of blades and stuff.
Were
Are
there
you
any-
asking me, sorry?
Yeah, were there any weapons?
Okay, so I couldn't tell what the question was. Yeah, essentially, you're looking for a short sword specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are several short swords.
Nice! Sai's just gonna walk up to the wall, grab one, and replace it with his sickle. He's gonna,
So
like,
actually-
take it off the wall and put the sickle on the wall.
Wonderful. So what you carry essentially looks to be almost like a gladius in nature. It's kind of larger, thick blade which tapers into a point. Maybe as wide as your palm. Rather thin, pretty nimble, agile. It's pretty well balanced.
Nice. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna put it in my backpack. So, can I add it, or do you want to
Yeah.
add it?
You can have it.
Nice. Nice.
You've held. Make your way up. You
Yep.
wouldn't be far behind. You all can get together.
By the way, where is Cosima chilling? I gotta give her money.
We'll say she's with you, lot, for the sake of it. Don't worry too hard.
Okay, Yvette approaches Cosima, kind of hands her the 35 gold, 13 silver, and also the 4 gold. So it's
Gotcha.
37
39 gold.
No, 39, yeah, 39 gold, 13 silver. And then she approaches Oswald and Adam, takes up their gold and says, good news! And, like, plops it onto their working area.
And his eyes go like massive, like, oh my god, we're rich.
I mean,
Oh.
it's only 35 or so per person. But hey, it's something.
It's more
I
than
found
I've
it in a
ever had.
chimney.
I'll take it then. 35 G's.
Adam, if you were looking at Yvette, you would have noticed that, like, she is looking at you very intently, like, almost as if she's, like, trying to figure something out and, like, but isn't quite sure about it.
Under. It's crazy. He's just
So-
trying to work on the bag.
Yvette kind of
Well,
finds a place to, like, sit down in the forge area and says, so, do you think we should, maybe tell any, like, officials in other towns that, oh, hey, a town got obliterated?
DM.
Yes.
Would Oswald know of any nearby towns? Like,
Okay, so this falls onto me needing to make a map pronto. Essentially, Amos Ma is a good like month's travel away
Ugh.
to the east. So towns that you have passed through would be places like Penbron and Salem. Uh, this area of the of it's farting on me. The area of the Creus Mar is particularly well known for its floods, and it's fairly unlikely to find places like Brunthwyn and Penbron, Salem. I'll put those in campaign VC chats because they're kind of few and far between. There are, of course, other towns you could potentially find that aren't on the map. Um, Penbron would be your closest bet to obviously about the northeast, about a week's and a half journey away. Now, Adam,
Yeah.
the mention of nearby towns, Allgrave, not too far. Oh, it's not bad. Maybe 2-3 weeks journey, easy ride. Don't remember any disruptions upon the road, but it's up to you if you wish to bring that information up.
Nah.
So everyone knows what Sai's doing right now. He's out front, next to the wagon, practicing some the elven swordsmanship his father taught him of how to handle swords. He's kind of like refreshing his memory and like going through the motions of like practicing with a short sword the things that his father had taught him when he was younger.
Yeah, for sure.
Studied the blade.
Or like his father taught him the blade. Elven traditions, you know how it be.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
you know.
So, is there anything else you guys want to do? Cole?
I mean, we should probably
Hungry.
grab some supplies from the inn, maybe?
perhaps the general store might have some rations.
Oh, right.
that won't spoil.
Forgot about that place.
Take a
But
brevity.
where do we want to
We'll
go?
over the.
What do we want to do?
I mean,
I've been wandering for a long time just to look for work. I kind of got wrapped up in the spirit of this whole past night.
I'll probably follow wherever you guys go.
I mean, this whole Luciana thing, I just keep thinking about it. I keep thinking of what the hell she was doing. Like, she says that she exchanged a piece of Aren history, which you now know what she meant, wow, for information. What sort of information is worth about, what, 1,000 or so people?
Whether or
Said
not she
something
was
about an
telling the truth.
apocalypse.
Yes, whether or not she was telling the truth, I do believe that it has something to do with an apocalypse.
Something along the lines like 100 lives for a million.
She
Maybe
did say
some way to
that.
stop the thing she thinks is gonna happen.
Or she's trying to aid in an apocalypse. I don't think that she would. Every good lie has a hint of truth in it. She could either have been saying the truth and attempting to prevent an apocalypse, or have been trying to aid one and was simply lying to us. Perhaps to delay her death a little bit faster.
I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't really tell in all the, all the chaos going on. Keep thinking
I
about
do
this
believe we
Castor
should.
guy she mentioned.
Yes, what was their name again?
What was it? Castor Malpons? And while she says she'll shoots a look at Adam.
You can make an insight roll if you want.
I do actually.
Adam, are you making a deception to see if you keep your face?
That is a natural 20.
100%. Alright.
Okay.
Let me pretend
Adam?
to oppose
Plus 1
Okay.
plus 1.
Okay, so it's for 21 to beat Adam with a deception.
anyway. Yeah, baby. What am I beating with a deception? Oh yeah, deception.
Yep.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm not even gonna roll. I'm just gonna save my roll because it's a -1 anyway.
Literally nothing you could have rolled would have
Yeah.
made it.
Would have been funny.
You see him tense up, definitely.
And Yvette is going to kind of eye her companions as she says, I am going to be, frank. I have this, research partner that I communicate periodically with. And it mentioned Castor, actually. Well, I mean, didn't exactly mention him. I asked it about this person. And they mentioned that, God, what were its exact words? That they haunt the dreams of one of my companions. And I'm not saying that whoever it is should maybe, speak up, because we might really need this information. But I am kind of saying it, and she looks directly at Adam.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
He don't say shit.
Are you implying that Adam knows something?
I mean, well, okay, let's just look at it as it
I'll
is.
put my boy on the spot.
Let's look at it as it is,
Do
okay?
you know
okay?
something, Adam?
Mm-mm.
Insight check.
Insight check. I would like to roll 2.
Sure.
That is a 19 plus 1.
Jesus.
Jeez.
That's surprisingly good. An 18 minus 2 for a
Adam,
Sorry.
do you even want to roll a deception?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah?
got
At
the
least
Okay.
I wasted a 2.
just got the fucking torch right up in your face. What do you know?
So, yeah, Yvette, he's lying.
You lots of frustrated grunt and says, oh, come on. Adam, the gig's up.
So far, seeing as the best way he's ever gotten a reaction, or lack thereof, from the party has been a single strong blunt maneuver. He's just gonna go, Oz, what do you want to see how it works? And he fires the net.
At who?
Fucking, Yvette.
Okay, so
It's like,
Yvette.
gotta... You have no idea what this thing is either. Like, from the looks of it, it's just like
Okay.
a bag.
Oh my
It
god.
kind of orientates.
Adam, roll to hit. Add a
Alright.
plus 8 to your d20.
Holy shit!
Oh wait, I need to use my special box.
It's the same roll.
That's
It's the
just-
same roll. So that's what?
17 plus 4. I love my funny lunar bar box.
17 plus 4? You're plus an 8 to it, dude.
17 plus
Oh,
8?
plus 8.
Plus
Yeah,
8?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
same-
what my.
it's-
Wait,
it's-
hold on.
The fuck?
It's the same. Okay, listen. It's a plus 6 to his weapon rolls, plus a plus 2 for ranged weapons. It's a plus 8.
Wait, let
This
me
is just
check
going off of
my
like
thing.
already shit I already have.
Yes. So, Yvette, what is your AC? I'm assuming it hits.
14. Guys.
You, Yvette,
Oh, no,
are
never mind. It's not a...
restrained.
Oh, no.
As a chain net comes raking out of the bag with this it's an odd, sucking sound, or even just pushing, and wraps around you. It's a little bit clumsy, it's a little bit flimsy in places, but it holds tight around you, and your arms are kind of just bound to your sides.
What in the world was that for, man?
Got a bolt.
Are you kidding me?
Misfire. maybe.
No, that was
No,
not
that
a
was very
misfire.
purposeful.
Misinput, calm down.
She starts kind of wiggling, trying to like get
I
loose.
go over to
thing.
aid her, considering I helped
Okay.
make this fucking thing.
Okay, make a strength check with advantage.
We're both noodle people,
We are
fucking rubber hosing our way out. of this
slightly
one.
less noodle, but still.
Adam's
very
gonna
much
take
so.
all the components of the launcher and just like run over to the back of the wagon and just sit in there and just hope shit blows over. Just
Okay.
hopefully we'll just
Okay.
start
As
moving and no one
as
will talk to
Yvette
me.
sees him like run off, Yvette is gonna say, "We're not done with this conversation."
Okay.
We are not
So-
done with this conversation, young man.
So, strength check with advantage, Yvette.
Oh, I thought Oswald was gonna roll.
No,
Oh,
it's-
you are.
Okay, with advantage. That is
I'm
a
giving you
6,
advantage.
and that is a 17.
Woo!
Yay!
You don't break
Minus-
out.
What?
What's
Oh
the thing?
Damn it!
DC
My
is
work
18.
is my work
Jesus.
is too good.
Adam, if you
I'm
would
starting
like,
to
you
think
can
that
help.
like a rope net would have been fine, and you're just like,
no!
like I
You
originally
hear
pitched
sorry,
the rope
Yvel.
net,
sorry,
but
I-
it
Yvel
was
kinda
like,
turns
"Nuh-uh,
at Adam.
This shit won't do things. He's in the
And
back of the wagon.
she is
He's
gonna
just, like, trying
say-
to be out of line of sight.
Wait, actually, DM, quick question.
Oh boy.
If I was to cast okay, wait, let me just check. Yeah,
Oh boy.
You
Spells.
would lose the chain net if you cast Misty Step.
okay. Yvette grumbles, and in Orc, she actually says, "I cannot believe I am wasting a spell slot for this." And you
Oh,
see Yvette kind of like nudge her shoulder as to Oswald. She says, Stand back for a second." And you see Yvette just kind of like, it's almost like she's doing a trust fall back, except there is no one standing behind her. As water rises from the ground as she mutters something, and essentially envelops Yvette as she disappears, leaving the net behind her, and reappears right next to where the net
So-
was.
Just before we go on, Sai,
Yeah?
they're practicing your katas, if you will, when you hear this kind of sound, raised yell, and then
I get to
Adam
use the
just
stapler again.
scurrying off to the back of the wagon.
So
Before you hear chains clattering to the floor again.
Sai is going to mutter to himself and is going to say, I think the party's hungry.
Just goes, damn, that's crazy.
As
Anyway.
Oswald goes to like approach the back of the wagon, he just mutters, "I thought I left my children at home."
God.
So, Adam,
Yeah.
what does Oswald see when he approaches the back of the wagon?
He's on his side in the fetal position. He's just like, "Ugh."
Adam, we're not
Mm.
going to harm you. None of us are.
Is everyone in the wagon?
Yvette is
No.
standing by the wagon, just like,
Okay.
her eyes are narrowed on Adam.
The moment everyone is on
She
the
actually,
wagon,
honestly,
Sai
she
is
looks
going
kind of
to-
like borderline murderous, except not really.
Sai has got the surprise for the party.
I don't fucking like the way you said
Surprises.
that.
God.
I'm
There's
kidding,
just a
I'm
fucking,
terrified.
family argument going on, and fucking Uncle Surprise goes, "What I brought?" Oh. Oh my, it's a fucking scene in Community where Troy locks in and everything's on fire.
That's hilarious.
Adam,
Adam, just real quick before this goes on, what did you call
Yeah.
the bag?
A component cannon.
Jesus.
Adam, and he just kind of has his hands up, like just placating. He's like crouched in the back of the wagon with him. Why do you feel the need to avoid this topic?
I'm not to see him again. Or anyone there.
Why not?
I messed up. I just can't.
So you do know who that man is. What did he... What happened? Start from the beginning if you feel comfortable.
He does not. He just like buries into the corner further of the wagon.
I want to try something.
Yeah.
Well, I guess... Can I roll, like... if I cast heroism on Adam,
Hmm.
would that remove his fear of speaking about this? Would that aid
I
him?
think that would.
I will say you can cast it. But Adam is going to roll a wisdom save and try and
Alright,
beat your
that's
spell
fair.
DC.
So,
that fair?
as he,
I like that. Yeah.
as he turns away to not look at Oswald, Oswald looks back at Yvel before going over, flicking open the bag, pulling out the same device that basically looks like a three-petaled flower, sort of, or a satellite dish with pieces missing that makes it this three-petaled thing, with a handle that is similar to his gun contraption and a trigger. And he makes his way over. Adam, it's okay. And he puts it
And
next
shoots
to
it.
Oh my god, what are you? Oh my god!
And he holds it up to
Neville-
the side
oh
of his
God.
head.
Neville, I'm really sorry about this.
Jesus.
And he
Think of the
holds it,
rabbits.
and he holds it up. Not he doesn't directly put it on his head, just nearby, and then it zap. Just a
I
little
like mine
zap.
better. Alright. And what's the
Oh,
save?
goodness.
Wisdom save. Trying to beat Oswald's spell DC.
Yeah, and that is
Yeah, what is your
15.
DC?
15?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go! My boy got a 2.
Adam,
Yeah.
and with this spell, you know damn well that you're still scared. It's almost like it's drifted just out of reach to the point where your fingers of anxiety can't grasp a hold of it. The first time in a long time, you feel almost like you can breathe.
A little electroshock therapy. Never heard
Oh my
anyone unless their
God.
name was Ernest
Electro
Hemingway.
what now?
Jesus.
I,
You don't say it, can it?
Yavel's looking at Oswald with a bit of concern. He's like, she has
No, that was
no
that was
idea
not
what
a
the
character.
Oh, okay.
That was
He
awesome.
chins up a
Okay.
little bit.
She's still
Ernest
looking at him with a bit of
Hemingway.
concern because, like, she doesn't exactly understand how artificer stuff, like, really works. Like,
Magic
most
gun.
Was it caster or pastor? I swear I had it saved.
Is Yveld in the wagon yet?
She's, like, standing next to the wagon.
So
Well,
he
then Sai's
looks
gonna
up a
speak
little-
up and say, Yveld, can we get in the wagon?
Yeah, sure. Oh, wait, did we grab supplies?
We're going to. That's where I want to head.
Ah, yeah, nice. Yavel climbs up into the wagon.
And Sai's gonna hop in and he's going to start driving to the nearest restaurant or any place that looks like it would have cooking things to cook. Even a tavern. I think a tavern would work as well.
There's also the general store, I believe.
I mean,
For
nah.
preservables.
I mean,
Yeah,
Perishables.
we need
Non-perishables.
non-perishables here.
You-
we'll grab some of those too.
Right. Listen, it's assumed that you will pick those up. Don't
Yes.
stress.
Yes.
But it's fun to roleplay it with.
Adam, it's time for role playing.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm so goofy moon. And so he looks up, chinge up. I think I've said like 50 times now. He's like, he's he was the leader of the village I hailed from, and he didn't see eye to eye. I don't know. I didn't really do anything to my knowledge, but I did. He didn't really agree with my mentor, and once he was out of the frame, he was kind of free to do with me what he wanted. So I was forced to leave after things.
Your village. Is there no magic there?
Yeah.
Sorry, was that a yes as in confirmation, or a yes as in there is magic there?
There's none. This is all new to me.
Huh,
I
that's
don't-
really strange.
So there must. So no one of any kind can harness any form of weave where you're from?
Says we're taught we don't need it.
Wait, you
It's more
know
of a
magic
crutch.
exists.
But you don't use it.
You're
I
told
mean, a little bit.
explicitly not to.
Was more of like a taboo thing, a thing of legend. Like, don't, like
I mean,
what do you
it's
call it?
hardly
Like
a
wives'
thing
tales of sort,
it's
warn
hardly a
stories
thing
of warning,
legend.
a cautionary tale, mainly.
DM reminder. What did
I'm
why was
currently
Caster
moving downstairs. Save the question just till I come back. I'm moving this all downstairs.
Elevator music.
do 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 do?
I'm gonna be
You
back.
guys-
I'm gonna be
I
right
didn't think
back
this
as
would
well.
happen so early on. I'll be honest.
I am very excited.
I am
I
also
thought this
very
was like a ways away. Friends were getting into it so early. Like, oh.
To be fair, the spell only lasts a minute.
So, how long has he been going for?
I don't know.
I'll be right back.
I think he still might be going down the screaming staircase.
I like to imagine that the screaming staircase was Robert Downey Jr.
Oh shit, my friend's back from fucking firefighter training. Are you a firefighter now?
What?
This is my fucking friend at the end of the school year. He went off to be a firefighter and I haven't seen him on Instagram. And he just like suddenly messages me. He's like, oh, it's crazy.
High school do be like that.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
All right, sorry.
Beast.
Ask. So what was your question?
So, what was the context for Caster's name being brought up by Luciana?
Castor was the creator of the lunar, planar, and solar charts for the calculations for whatever they were trying to accomplish.
For the ritual that she sacrificed the town for.
I'm back. What did
You
I
don't know
miss?
the end. No, you don't. You don't know if it's for the ritual or not.
Well, if this Castor fellow made these charts,
I'm assuming he has at least some knowledge of what is, going on in the bigger picture of things.
possibly is magically inclined, keeping it to himself.
Why would he not share that? I mean, that seems kind of justifying.
Well, why was he rude to you?
Juxtaposition.
By the sounds of it, there wasn't a lot of reason.
Oh my god, what a convenient time for the minute to run up. I started timing it after
Nope.
that.
Still about 20 seconds left.
What?
Uh,
We've been talking.
20 seconds!
oh shit. All I'm saying
Would
is
you
that
be
like,
willing-
Adam, I will say this.
Huh.
You have bravery on you. You don't have to answer these questions if you don't want to.
Yeah, it was useful and it'd be nice to finally tell someone this shit.
Adam,
Hmm?
I think it'd be wise, this is just me spitballing ideas here, if we returned to your village and spoke with this man to find out what
I would rather we do
specifically...
literally anything but that.
we could just disguise you.
Yes, well, a little bit of clothes that I'm sure have been left over, and you're a new man.
I need time to think about it.
Well, we need a place to go to. Would you be
Yeah.
willing to tell us the direction, at least, that your village is at? So we can go to maybe a town that's nearby there. And
East.
if
Straight east.
east.
I'm
what
rolling a
town
deception,
is...
right, Will?
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
I need to
Sure.
roll an insight because I'm having
Pretty
this conversation.
brave to lie to his party, huh?
Actually, considering that
What
like
is
Adam
deception?
has lied to her already, Yvel would also like want to just make sure that like
I
Adam
mean,
knows.
this
what
makes
he's
sense
saying.
to roll insight on, right?
Cooking
Yeah,
this fucking
I mean,
D20 as if it's gonna do anything.
Uh,
Ooh.
Would
Can
you
we,
get on
do we
deception?
both roll? Let's...
Deception is Oh!
is-
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Ah,
19, because it's a
fuck.
I was
minus
just
1.
sitting here fucking spinning
That
it in
is
my
a
hand for like a minute.
19 plus 1, so that's a dirty
See-
I have a
see-
-1. I have a -1.
15.
Oh.
Yep, so
I would
15.
be-
So, Oswald, you listen to Adam. It's odd you haven't heard any mention of this Palgrave on your travels here, but sure, I mean, backwater towns always exist. And then you look over at Yuveld, who's just locked onto Adam.
Squint.
Well,
You begin
I
to pick up,
suppose it would. I
Adam,
suppose it must be west then.
I know you're not familiar with this whole magic thing, but let's just say that
The world is
I
filled with it.
could, if I really
It's
wanted
everywhere.
to, and she lets sparks of prestidigitation fly from her fingers as she
Worcestershire.
says,
It's Worcestershire.
let's just let's
For
just
sure.
say that if I really, really wanted to, I could force you to say this, and I really don't want to. 'Cause,
Oh my
you know,
God.
you're a neat fella,
MMA fighter.
you know. So, are you
Adam,
sure the town is
It is like
east?
northwest, right? Actually. Will. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
ooh.
It crumples once more. It is northwest of here.
Hey,
few weeks
hey,
to travel.
Adam, you'll have us.
Yeah.
We
we're
won't
not gonna
let anything happen to you.
exactly. If this caster guy tries anything, we are gonna
Let him as
fuck him
well.
up.
And he just trails off. and
Adam,
looks-
I tried to
at this
talk
guy.
down a ghost to protect you. Admittedly, I was also in the line of fire, but it was also to protect you as well.
We tried negotiating with a poltergeist. I don't think we fear just one guy.
Just a little guy.
Plus, if
Adam-
your whole village doesn't have magic, I mean, he's not going to be at the same level of a threat that Luciana is.
Hopefully. Let's not make any assumptions.
I
We
mean,
didn't know
yeah,
that she
I
could teleport away and not need to move her hands.
Yvel looks very awkward.
At the
I think it would be
hearing
wise
the
if we
word
never
hands,
made.
he gets up and puts his net. It's on the ground. Yeah, that's why I made that for.
I don't think we should ever make any assumptions ever again.
Yeah, we probably really shouldn't.
Let us just always assume that we know nothing about our foes.
Yeah,
And that until they do something, that is when it becomes concrete.
yep.
If you guys are really insistent on it, I'll go. He
It's
won't
really
have
the
to
only
puff out
lead
his
we
chest a
have.
little bit. It looks like shit. He's a
If
frail
you-
little man.
If you absolutely want, you can not be at the front or the face of.
What
our
has he
dealing.
ever been?
I know. Well, you did shoot that gun that one time and
And that other
intimidated that
time.
lady.
And that other time.
Hey,
Actually, what
no,
is
no, no,
that?
no, no,
And
no.
just now, kind
Yeah,
of.
you don't know
you
it's a
can't,
gun.
You can't call it a gun.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of which,
That
what even is that
contraption,
thing?
Redcon.
What is
Hold on,
that
hold on,
thing?
hold on. Here's a
I'm-
clean line for ADR Lunar. That contraption. There you go.
Speaking of which, what is that thing? I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was magical, but now that you mentioned that, oh yeah, you apparently come from a place with no magic. What is that?
I must
be
admit, I am
honest.
highly curious as well.
I thought it was until now. My arcane focus.
That's your.
Oh, that's
So it is
clever.
magical,
No, he thought it was magic.
but it's called the
It's
arcane
it's
focus.
it's.
It's his arcane focus, so it produces magic.
If I named myself the King of Domus Mar, that doesn't mean I'm the King of Domus Mar.
I mean,
Adam definitely does laugh. He's like, look, he's coming back around. And we're sad boy hours.
No
I
more
mean, I
sad
guess.
boys. If you're willing, Adam, give me time with it. I could possibly make it magical.
He's still definitely not comfortable with that shit. His
I-
fucking
I-
teachings run deep.
I-
Mm.
I've noticed that your shots were good. They could be better.
He takes offense to that. He's like,
I'm just saying that I could magically enhance your weapon and make it more powerful.
I was gonna like climb
More
over
accurate.
the edge of the wagon. It's like we're gonna get food, right? And supplies.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, let's do that. Food grab montage.
I wish there was a fucking like car horn on this stupid wagon. Like all this shit's going down. Shit, it's like. "Brr, brr."
I think I can produce a noise of prestidigitation.
Sai can produce a noise with Druidcraft too. He can make it a dog
Oh,
bark.
there's like a
or-
little clown horn on it.
I can produce a sound with minor illusion.
I can
horn.
produce
Okay.
a sound with bullying
So-
shot.
Either way, Oswald, is Boris in the wagon with you guys?
Oh
Is
shit,
he
we
already
forgot
on
about
side?
Boris!
We're still in the town.
Oh
so
my
it's like
God.
we would just be keeping up with the wagon.
Yeah, I would.
Like,
think
we're
he'd
not-
be,
we're not
like,
fucking
behind or
racing,
beside
I would
the
assume.
wagon.
He's not in the wagon. He's following it.
Yeah.
We're not racing or anything, so I would assume we're
Uh-uh.
not tailing behind.
Sai's got things at like a
So-
like at a slow trot right now, so he's just.
Okay, so we'll just say this: you'll gather about essentially enough supplies because you do still need a comfortable amount of space within this wagon. You'll gather enough supplies for about a month.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Polgrave
Can-
is essentially about a 2 to 3 week
Wait,
travel away.
hold on. Before we do that, Sai, when we're making a stop to grab all this, I want Sai to go into like a restaurant or a tavern, and he's going to prepare his party breakfast, the thing that
Yes.
he never has the chance to
Okay.
do, but he
So-
takes his satchel and he pulls out his cook's utensils, and he's gonna cook everyone a nice breakfast.
I wanted to do this last week in group 1 so badly.
Yvonne is
So-
also gonna make a point to grab like fill her water skin with the strongest alcohol that like she can find
my
at like
God.
whichever place we find.
I'm gonna need it.
Functional alcoholic.
Okay, so you make your way to under the bridge, a tavern. There are no restaurants in this town. They do not have that kind of shit. Now, Oswald Adam, familiar with this place. However, ignoring the leftward room and heading into the right toward the homely area, reds and oranges for the furnishings, kind of peaceful atmosphere despite the silence that pervades through the town. Get breakfast set up, it's nice enough.
Okay.
Roll
I-
to make breakfast.
I want to
I'm not-
make a really good breakfast for my
I'm not-
friends.
With the
Alright.
shit in this town, you didn't. There would be no need for a roll. It'd be the same outcome regardless.
Okay, the
So-
quality of the
Alright.
food.
So
it's
it's
a
good
comfort-
food.
It's a comfortable, modest meal. It's not
Yeah.
extravagant.
So, Mr. Map, is there any? Are there any towns on the way to the northwest? I don't. No. Shame.
Sorry.
well,
What
at
direction
least
is?
none of them that you know of.
Oh. What direction is Domusmar?
East.
Ah, okay.
I really hope I don't go back and watch this VOD and I said west earlier.
I mean,
No,
right,
compare
Domusmar-
the pre.
Domusmar was to the east. Comering was to the west. Orion is northeast, and Talumern is southwest.
Cut all
Belgrave
this
is
spooner
northwest.
so that he can't look at it when he's making the map. Torture him.
Cruel.
Um,
and twisted. No
I'm just gonna redact this part of the VOD.
redacted.
Well,
Crazy
Sai
went
makes
silent for like an hour. That's
has
weird.
made breakfast for his friends.
Aww.
While we're
Friends?
at breakfast,
Loose term, but like Sai has not gotten.
companion.
Okay, the
People he
only
found.
person he has been able to cook for and done his skills for the longest time was Drew Farron. All right, so he is more
Oh
than
man, DF
happy.
probably dead. So good. Missed the
He's
homie.
not. He's not exactly happy about it. Doesn't want to think about it.
I know. Just a quick thing before we do go on. Adam, your component cannon can be found in your inventory with its stats. I can actually add it to your attack stuff because it would require
Yeah, I
me
get
to have a
that.
weapon as a base. And seeing as we don't have a damage value yet, because we only have nets,
Yeah.
there you go.
Nice. So, seeing this is now in existence. Where's Yvelde?
Yvelde is,
Oh,
I'm
no.
assuming sitting in the,
don't worry about it.
You're in the same room.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
Okay.
sitting, she seems to be scribbling
Or
something
like
away in a
across the
notebook.
table.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna be like, hey, Yvel.
Huh?
He
Yeah?
fucking like holds the thing. It's not a net this time. And
No,
he
no, no, no,
launches,
no,
like, a
no, no,
little-
no, no! She gets up and like tries to scramble out of the way!
It's a little rolled up piece of parchment and,
Ah!
and flies at you.
it's not
That
a
would
net
still
this
probably-
time. That's terrifying to hear from Adam.
That is terrifying to
It's
hear!
not a net
Yeah.
this time.
And then
Parchment rolled up.
proceeds to fire.
Yvelde's gonna
But,
pick
yeah.
up the parchment. Unwrap it. Is there
and on
anything
it-
on it?
At the very top where title would be in quotations is a message spell and it says sorry, thank you. Sorry, comma, thank you.
Aw.
No smiley face.
Kind of puts it away because, hey, spare paper. And she says, oh,
Just
you really have
stupid
nothing
grin
to
on his face 'cause
apologize
his thing
for. Sorry about kind of the whole pressing the whole caster thing. I just, whenever I learn something, I kind of tend to fixate on it a bit. And the keeper gives really good hints. She actually, I'm assuming we're still at this, well, tavern, restaurant,
Hey, you're all
place,
enjoying
yeah.
your meal.
Yeah. Sai is frustrated at the lack of ingredients. You can see like a look of discontent. He's like, "This is a
Who
very
the fuck
mediocre
makes
meal."
porridge with just oats?
Exactly.
Think about it. I kind of just want to dick around with this thing. So you see Adam like, there's like a bellow at the tail end of it, and he's like
We've
pumping
made a
away at that.
monster.
And he just opens it up, and he like puts a handful of porridge in it, and just like looking around. Who's paying the least attention right now?
Yvelle is once
Probably-
again
probably
like
Oswald.
Yvelle's scribbling in
Alright.
her notebook,
He's-
periodically shooting
No.
looks at you because
That's
now
Adam,
she's
he's
like,
trying to-
lunch some
He's
porridge
kind
at
of-
this man.
Okay.
He's kind of
Oswald,
watching.
Make a dex save with disadvantage.
I don't
Oh,
roll
is he
Let's
not
go.
Is he not rolling to hit?
Oh, this is porridge.
Oh,
Nat 20,
I'm
your
sorry.
skull explodes.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, because you're not looking at this fucking thing.
That's a 12 plus 4 for a 16.
Nice.
Oh,
Is that?
you hear Adam go, "Hey Oswald!" and you look and you just see this streak of like brown.
Just
gray
like
fog at
fucking.
you with a-
I'm imagining
Hey,
it's
Paul.
like a. Yeah, hey Paul.
oh my
Oh,
god.
Yeah,
no,
and
it's
like
not
you
my
just-
boy.
Ah,
So
is
Oswald,
that
you
a
just turn around.
raincoat?
You just turn around as you hear that, and then hear the. It was shooting towards you. And you take some of it to the shoulder, and just confused,
Spectacle.
like, what the fuck?
Giggling.
Why? Why would you do that? It's on my clothes now. I don't
Testing
have
out
prestidigitation. I can't clean
I
it
do.
away.
Yvelle waves a hand, still scribbling something with her other.
Thank you, Yvel.
Testing out different
She puts up
ammunition,
a thumbs up.
projectile weights, and
Do not
types.
test it on your party members or the horses
Note,
before you get any ideas.
liquids
Or
don't
Boris.
fire well.
Or Boris, do not
Oswald.
touch my ball.
Oswald,
Yeah.
you just feel the crackling of flame in your palm, and you get knocked.
Oh, okay. This is fine.
I put the funny magnesium in the oven.
Hey, you feel for some reason you see a bunch of metal fillings fall out of your head, and he just holds up the flare.
Shenanigans.
Adam's gonna get us all killed.
Wait,
Okay,
maybe.
so I think
Breakfast
with-
is had.
Is the food Sai
Yeah.
prepares good?
Yes. Breakfast is
No,
had.
it's-
Sai
it's
is
good for
muttering
No.
angry.
No.
Sai is
No.
muttering angry cook noises under his angry cook sounds under his breath.
You
He's just
you
like,
hear like druidic curses coming from
Yeah.
the kitchen.
I don't even have
And
oranges.
like any cook, he is currently ready to attack. If you come into the kitchen, he'll attack you.
Oh no.
I can imagine
you-
that he's got his scimitar like right next to the door.
Question, Oswald.
Yeah.
Boris like just wandering around. What's Boris doing right now?
Well, he was just kind of designed to idle. Really, there's no like wander mode. He follows. He
Idle
is my
animation.
body. He does not have one. He's just,
Oh,
he will stand by me, and he will simply look at the person who's currently talking. If there are multiple people talking, he will default to looking at Oswald.
Adam probably like ate all of his food, and after like dicking around with the cannons somewhere, he just like tries to like pet Boris, just like looks for like a sweet spot to pet, like behind the ear, and the stomach, the tail. Trying to
Made
pet
out
him.
of metal.
I see Adam doing
I
this
know
and I
those
go,
magic's a thing. You know what? You could feel. I don't know.
Adam, Adam.
Hmm.
Why are you petting it?
I don't know. You might like it.
It's a machine. It wouldn't feel it even, I mean, unless I programmed it in.
Oh, but he's so adorable.
It kind of gives you a look. It's like the other things you programmed him to do and not do. Continuing to pet away.
So, I do want to say to this, Oswald.
Yeah.
Adam was the one that talks, and I'm assuming you've made Boris when multiple people talk, but if it's in a slow pace of conversation, kind of looks to the speaker and to the next. Assuming that's what you were going for. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. His eyes have never left you.
Pull out wrench from bag, slap him bending.
Slowly looks away.
I
With that,
looked under the hood, but I don't remember much of it from last night. I was very tired and very hurt.
That's a nice session.
Wow.
Yippee.
We helped Adam overcome a little bit of his trauma.
And we got
I didn't think I'd get into
tea.
that shit so soon.
Just like
Oh.
You've been made into a plot point, buddy boy.
I'm
You
so
thought
sorry. I
you
wanted
are
the
now
initial test. I
focused.
wanted the initial test of the component cannon to be the parchment. Like, well, the moment calls for this.
Hey Oswald, you want to see how this works? That's you, Vil.
Bro.
Yeah, no, that was.
Well, that's what he did when he first fired the gun,
Oh,
the bullying
wow.
shot. He was just like, that was his excuse to use it. Like, you were curious about how this thing works, right? Let me use.
Oh my god, I can never ask you how something works ever again.
Depends on the
Because he
setting.
is just gonna
Hey, Adam.
show how it works.
Hey Adam, you want to know how Boris works? Boris, maul Adam to death.
Fucking course him.
You want to see how this works? I call it a flamethrower.
It's
what?
like, it's like
No,
Oswald,
it's-
Oswald, do you want to see how this works? I call it the non-magic meteor strike.
Oh god.
oh my lord.
I call this. Hey Oswald, I call this white phosphorus.
I just want to say, like, the past week when me and Will like been discussing how the fucking cannon would work, Will was like, "Yeah, it might take up to like 20 sessions, by the way, so just be aware."
Well,
No.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Up to.
I said if it was you alone, then absolutely it could take up to that time. As soon as Oswald was like, "Help my boy out," you know, I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Engineering
We can have some
speedrun.
fun. Because here's the thing. The
Engineer.
component cannon, like, the component cannon is not
I
a
love the name I
particularly.
decided.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The component cannon is not a particularly
Yeah, it's
hard
pretty good.
piece of
Anyway,
machinery. It's so the component cannon. The reason for why stuff it could take a long time is the ammunition you use. You just want to use a chain net. It's not too hard to fashion. So I'm happy
I
for it to be
wouldn't-
made within one session.
I had this
I have
idea for a
continued-
while. I just knew I wanted it to be versatile.
I have continued to help make a monster.
Now, I will say this. The reason for why it is a chain net is because the regular nets fucking suck. So the net itself, I can actually read out the stats.
It felt very violent with like a chain net. Like if it was a rope net, that wouldn't have felt so like, oh,
Yeah.
you
my
just
God,
did insult
it's
defense.
like-
But
it's
with a
like that
chain
same-
net, like, oh my god.
It's
So
like that
essentially-
I'm an fight, dude. Oh my god.
So this-
It's
so
like that
essentially-
device from. Never mind.
Hey, you're okay. What are you gonna say?
Go
No,
on.
what device
Go
from
on.
where?
It's
Go
like
on.
that. Remember the episode of SpongeBob where
I never watched it.
fucking Patrick and SpongeBob play Among Us
What?
What?
because they
Huh?
thought they went to the moon?
No?
They
I
think everybody's an
vaguely
alien.
remember. I don't
They
They
remember
have
any, like,
they have fucking net guns.
I don't remember
I
that part.
just kind of
So-
imagined that thing.
Yeah.
So
It's like a
essentially-
purse with like a flap on the front, it's Luciana's bag. and like a flap on the front of the fucking cannon.
The
open the
inspiration
top,
you
put in
told me
shit.
was that it was Honey Lemon's bag from Big Hero 6, right?
It's like the straight to
Oh!
the point. Very easy to describe it that way.
Oh, I see.
So essentially, the chain net, only one of these, target is
Yeah.
restrained upon a hit. DC is an
Fucking
18
heavy.
strength check to break out. It has an AC of 10, a health pool of 25.
That is an
Should the-
insane DC to break home.
Oh, it's made out of steel.
I mean, yeah,
should
fair,
a, should
actually.
net receive an extreme amount of damage,
I'll
it
be
will
back
back
take an
shortly.
now.
I'm gonna go grab my food real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so should the net receive an extreme amount of damage, it will be irreparably destroyed. So
You gotta
if
make
someone,
a whole ass new one.
so essentially, if you go below that threshold of 25, there's a chance for it to be
Like it's
completely
really
fucked.
good, but I only have one of them.
It's not even really good though. Is the thing, is because
Well, like
right now
Good.
you're going against
Passable.
humans. Like
Yeah.
right now, the ones you've gone against are spirits and magic casters, well, that are humanoid. The minute like we start bringing like trolls into the mix and shit,
well,
this net is
Or
not
just
gonna
a
be.
really big
I've
wolf.
made it to be like versatile. Like I said,
Yeah.
like the parchment and the fucking oatmeal. I can pack shit in this.
So the component
like
cannon itself.
messages
For his
is not-
online.
neutral special, he uses gun.
Yeah, so the component cannon itself has an effective range of 35 feet, a range with disadvantage of up to 70 feet total. Its misfire score is a 2. It takes an action
Oh.
to reload, but it is a bonus action to fire.
It's like it's just at the hip. It's just like a lever to pull, but he has to like bellow it and load it, which is like takes a fucking long time.
Yeah.
Minecraft
Gun.
crossbow.
The reason why it is a +8 to hit is essentially Adam has +6 by default to ranged weapons, but he gets a +2 bonus because of his archery fighting style. That's why it's a +8.
I keep
It's the same
forgetting.
as his,
He's a fucking
pistol.
fighter. I keep forgetting.
I know, right? It's weird.
Like,
I just want to
Yeah.
say that like everything he like invents is like I'm using it like based off of like stuff that's going on in the party. Like we needed to restrain Luciana.
no,
and
that's
that
really
was the
cool.
excuse I made for this.
Like, I love the
And- and
component cannon.
I was waiting for an excuse for him to make a Molotov, and somebody filled their fucking water thing with alcohol. I'm like, yes.
Oh my god!
You
Oh, no.
is-
I hope you didn't want that water skin.
once Adam invents his fucking fireball spell, it's gonna be your fault.
Oh no. You
Austin,
also sharing
I,
alcohol.